So I decided that I'm going to make a response video to these guys. Okay. This is Matt Dillahunty. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And then this guy, Seth Andrews, and they seem to be partners in crime. I've seen their face pop up a couple of times on my feed, and I thought, let me listen to their videos. And then I thought I need to respond to the claims and the questions that these guys had. They seem to have bullied an old man on this video. This is their latest video on his program called, I think, The Line, where people call in and then ask questions. So, according to him, he has debated the best of the best. And I think the issue is, if I look at his debates, people try and argue with this guy based on the questions he has on the Bible. My first problem I have with that is, you don't believe in the Bible, but you want to use the Bible to argue with me. You need to come with your own book and then use your book to convince me to believe what you believe. Now, I'm not sure if he has books, if he's written books. I'm assuming he does, since he's the poster boy for the atheists. By the way, I think you guys can do better because his arguments are super weak. I had stronger arguments than him when I was 14, when I was an atheist. So you can do better. So the thing is that I wouldn't argue with him based on the Bible. My problem is that you don't believe in the Bible, and I can't blame you. You're an unbeliever. So you will not believe the Bible because you don't have faith. It's foolishness to you. It's dumb. So I'm not surprised at his actions. That's number one. How can you expect the guy to feel like you about the Bible if he doesn't have faith? I don't believe he was ever a Christian. He says he was. They say they were. They grew up traditionally like I did. I think they must have gone up for altar call, or they just assumed that they are saved because they grew up in the church. So they were never saved. You can't blame them feeling the way they feel. They are also a bit confused because of what church did to them. So shame. I don't blame them. However, I think they are big enough now, as big men, to stop thinking like kids, but yet they still do. I don't know what went wrong, but clearly something did, right? Because they are very childish even about their channel. They threaten to block people and ban people from their channel, very much like a child, with a toy. I'm not playing with you anymore. Don't touch my car. Give it here. Go home. I'm telling your mom I don't want to play with you anymore. Very much that type of thing, which is quite weird for big men. I'm assuming they have kids. If they do, very, very, very bad, pathetic examples for big people with kids, right? So I wouldn't argue with him based on the Bible. His main issue is, I am right, or we are right, you guys are wrong, because you guys can't think and we can think. That's the argument, right? So I'm going to use, it's going to be a short video. I just want to go on based on the questions that he had for the old gentleman that he was bullying. Okay? Why do you believe in Jesus, and why do you think we should? That was the one. And somewhere in the conversation, they had a problem with the ancient book, which is commonly known as the Bible. So let me address those things quickly. Okay? I'm going to address it. Number one, the reason why I believe the Bible is because it comes from the oldest manuscripts known to man. Among others, but mostly the Bible's manuscripts are the oldest. Right? It's the oldest book in the world. And so I'm going to choose to believe the old information rather than the new information that you have, which has way less benefits for me. Right? I believe the older book has way more benefits. I'm going to trust that because billions of people trusted it. It worked for billions of people. And millions of people died for it. Just like other people died for false things. Cool. That's good for them. But for this religion, people has also died. So benefits, old, people died. Right? So I'm going to choose the ancient book over your new knowledge. That's that. Why should people believe in Jesus? Why do I believe in Jesus? I believe in Jesus because I have faith and the Bible says so. What more do you want? If that's not good enough for you, that's your problem. Because you believe in things as well that I don't believe in, that I think is stupid. You know? So, it's as simple as that, bro. I have faith. You don't have faith. You are an unbeliever. You're a scorner and you're a mocker, Matt. And so that's your job and it's your role on earth. So I will allow the mocker to be the mocker. I will allow the scorner to be the scorner. Go for it. Live your best life in your role on earth. Okay? So, it's as simple as that. Why do I think you should believe in Jesus? So let me end it off with this. And address two common issues in his videos as well. There's the good old faithful thing, a good old faithful argument about where does earth come from, where does the universe come from, all of that. I've heard him say a couple of times, I think in his videos, I'm not sure, because I don't really study him. Maybe I'll watch some more of his things. But I imagine at one point he said he doesn't know, or he believed in the Big Bang. It's either or, right? So whether he doesn't know, or whether it's the Big Bang, doesn't really matter. My answer is the same. Something cannot come out of nothing, and anybody knows that. Something cannot come out of nothing. It's as plain and simple as that. There's no depths. I've watched Dawkins try to be deep and profound around nothingness. He sounds like a dumb person. Dumb for a scientist, for a physicist, or whatever he is. Oh man, it drew my energy from me. I was like, oh my word, a big man with kids trying to be deep about a simple thing. The only way that an object can arrive somewhere is if somebody puts it there. So someone, a creator that has always been there, that lives outside of time, would have had to start time. Okay? It's the only thing that makes logical sense. And that's the end of that argument for me. I don't waste my time with people. If you want to be an unbeliever, be an unbeliever. It's your role in life and enjoy it. Do it to the fullest. Okay, we need you guys. Right? Then my last one, which is my favorite, my personal favorite. Let's say I continue my Christian life and maybe I will live till 60, whatever age I live until. Matt dies, I die, and he's right. Right? Because according to him, I think he says when we die, we are annihilated. We just have no conscience and no regrets. We're just gone. So let's say he's right and I die. Do you think I can feel regret about the way I lived? And so, I should have done that. I should have slept with that girl. I should have done that. I don't feel that. I'm gone. I'm gone. So you're right. Well done. I don't know who's going to celebrate with you about the fact that you were right. Because you can't if you were right. You know. However, if I'm right, and the billions of other people who believe in God and the Bible and Jesus are right, you are sitting with a massive problem. So in the end, I win both ways. But in the end, you can only win one way.